Well, hey guys, John Ferris here. Ooh, it's showtime, and feeling the same feelings I feel when I leave my hotel room when I'm at a conference, and heading down to the lobby where I'm set up. And okay, are you ready? Okay, let's go to the show. All right. So I set up in the park over here today, and it's a gorgeous day, and I thought it would be super fun. I did that post a couple of days ago about missing doing the shows and whatnot, and so I was just like, man, I'm going to do my own show and come out here and rock this for you guys. So I got super dressed up. Boom, 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 like I do at my shows. Might be a little bit warm here and a little bit to leave the jacket on, but we'll go for it. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. And okay, so heading down to the lobby in the park here, and here is where I'm set up. I'm going to have to kind of do this in this way here where we're just kind of moving together, but you can see, let me see if I can get this shooting at see, look at my little setup here. How fun is this? So what I did was I put up my banner, and this is how my cases, let's see if we can do this. This is how my cases look when I'm set up at the shows. Hopefully this is giving you a good idea. We're going to go through all of my pendants here today. I'm just going to give you a little quick breeze by here. Hopefully that's showing up well for you guys. I'm not sure what the light is doing here. See if I can flip that real quick. There we go. Okay, now I can do this way for a second. Okay, so this is what it would look like. Now I can see. We walk up to the booth, and I usually have my neck stand set up right here, and my cases are filled with all my inventory for the shows this summer. The shows that are not happening right now, but they'll be back soon. And yeah, so I definitely thought, okay, let me flip this around. What I thought we'd do is just go through, I can kind of explain myself. We're going to go on a little journey here today, guys, and hopefully at the end of the journey you will know a little bit more about me, and a little bit more about my jewelry and what it offers, and why I do that. So how fun is this? Okay, so when I'm at a show, I set up, and when people come up to the booth, it's really it's something that is really special to my heart. I've never, my online presence is always not, I guess, would be quite honest with you. It's been not as much fun as doing my shows. How about that? I've done, last summer I just really dialed in on the shows that I really wanted to be involved with, which was the kind of the Galactic Alien Disclosure Conference. It seems like the Galactic people really appreciate and get my work like you guys do. I know everybody that resonates with me and my work has got their heart open and is conscious and working on themselves, and just trying to bring a lot of light and sweetness here to the planet. So that's always been my goal, and people come up to the booth here, and I usually introduce myself, and my main thing, well, I always introduce myself, but they can see that I'm John Ferris, and my whole approach to doing shows is really connecting with people. It's really something that I really miss with not having any shows this summer, because it's about the relationships that I build. And I can tell you that a lot of the people that I met last summer I'm still friends with. I stay in contact with about, I don't know, a good handful of those folks, like Randy from Vegas and Ginger Divine from, I think she's from Sacramento, and some other folks that I'm still in contact with, and it's just a real treat to connect with people and see where they're coming from. So it's always been, let's see, what would I say? It's always been a big part of me to share my service work and feel like I'm being of service here and helping and adding beauty to the planet and inspiring people. And that is, so I'm not really, when I go to shows, I'm doing this to make my living, and but that's really a sidebar to this experience that I'm having. It's kind of a secondary thing because I'm building relationships. I'm helping people. My amulets, if you don't know too much about my amulets, we're going to get into that in a second here. But I just want to take a second and say thank you for showing up today and coming to the booth here. I'll flip that around one more time. And so there's a lot of, let's keep going here. So there's a lot of aspects to my jewelry, but they're all, I guess they all have a common theme. They all have a through line, as they say. And basically I'm working with the crystal energies, the frequencies of the crystals that come into my world through various means. Sometimes I get them down in Tucson. Sometimes they're just show up magically. Some crystals, I have no idea where they came from, but I just wrap them up and put them out there in the world. And hello, everybody. I'm on my phone here, so I can't see everybody that's checking in here, but super awesome that you came here today. So the main thread with all my work is that it really has a lot of energy to it. The weaves that I make and the coils that I make have been tested on a radionics machine. We'll break some out here. Let's just maybe get into that. I should have brought a chair to sit back here and kind of pull these out, but we'll figure that out. So, where was I at? Okay, I was explaining what they do. The amulets have been tested on a radionics machine, which has the capability of reading frequencies, vibrations and whatnot. And the work has been tested to have a positive vitality rating, self-sustaining vitality rating. So I would consider them, I call them jewelry, I call them amulets, but really they are energy tools, vibrational tools that help harmonize the heart. And if you've ever held one of my pieces or worn one of my pieces, you will soon find that out. And it's interesting because some people come to the booth and they don't really feel too much, and that's okay too. And the people that really get touched by my work, it's just a joy to me to connect in that way and feel like I'm doing some good here on the planet. Whew! I need some water here, guys. So let's see here. So what I'm going to do is focus more on the jewelry here. Let me get myself a good sip of water. And so I'm really having fun with this today with you guys. Like I said, I was missing, let me put my water down. I was missing all my shows this summer, and I really wanted to connect with you guys and just have a little fun with you. So what I think we should do is I guess I'll go through my necklaces here first. And super wish I'd have brought a chair. Shoot. Anyway, we'll come down here. see if I can get some good light on it. So I work, here comes the bus. We'll let the bus come by, it's a little bit noisy. So I work in boro glass. Oh man, that's not that sharp, is it? Let's see if we can come back here. I've been working in boro glass along with the crystals, and this one is glass. This boro glass down here that I did, and I really love working with kind of abstract, and a lot of people make their glass and have little flowers or implosions or different things in them, and I just really enjoy doing these abstract pieces. And this one actually has some silver fuming on it, and this is a little story. When I was at the AMAs, I met Sarah Sohaili, a Persian actress, and she had asked me to make her something, and this is what I made for her, but she felt it was too big, so I made her a different piece and she took that. So this one is super special. I put a lot of love into it, and there's a little faceted amethyst flower down here, which is really sweet. And this one here is super special. This Baroque pearl and amber necklace with the citrine drops up here is special because I got these pearls in Milan when I was at the Artist Art Jewels competition that I was involved with, and I brought the amber beads back as well, and the citrine drops. Pretty much everything on this piece is from Milan, Italy, in one of the little shops that I found that was close to my Airbnb. And pearls obviously have, I don't know, I love wrapping pearls. Pearls are, you know, glass and pearls, and my crystals. I'm actually going to see if I can tie my hair back. It's making me a little crazy. Hang on. The wind is blowing so much here that it's... Hang on a second. We'll just put this right here for a second. Okay. There we go. Had to get that taken care of. Okay, so I'm going to kind of move through these, and what I want to offer you guys today is, you know, I have most of these pieces on my site here, but what I want to do is offer you guys an incredible savings. I have some that I would probably even let you make that decision on what you wanted to pay for it. I have some inventory in here, like this really sweet glass piece that I've just had for a long time, and I would love. It's a beautiful one with a dichroic glass, and glass is super special to me because really the magic of glass is when you turn it really slow, there's just so much that happens in the optics of the glass, and this one actually has some dichroic glass, which makes it that kind of that sparkle that you see here. So some I'm offering at, all of them I'm actually offering at a really great savings today for you guys. And if you're interested, I'm not seeing the comments right now, but I will definitely, if you see something, make note of it and we can talk about the exchange at that point. I'm really pretty flexible on this day. So here is, I'm going to pull these three guys out right now because these are fun. And this was a project that I was involved with a couple of years ago. These, I call them star keys. And what was happening was I had met this man, Jerry Sargent. I don't know if you've known him. He's a man from the UK that he's got Star Magic Healing. And we were going to, we got really connected and became friends. And we were planning this crystal activation retreat on Kauai, and he was going to handpick 36 people to go to this event, and he wanted me to make the amulets, a unique one for each one of the people there. So I got started on that project. I probably made about 7 to 10 of these, and then the project didn't happen. The retreat never happened. So I've made these, and they are. This one has this quartz crystal needle in it, and super fun design. So I'll just kind of blaze through these real quick. This is a little more. My sign just fell down. That's okay, right? Okay, so this is another one of those star keys here, and we'll put those back. Man, if you don't mind, I think I want to fix my sign here. The wind just took that down. It's like on the fly. Hold on. I'll put this down. I'm going to keep talking to you for you guys. I'm just going to put that here right now. Get this tied up. There we go. Because you never know who's going to come by. I won't have my signage up. You know what I mean? Okay. So crazy, right? So let's see. A lot of people, they come up to the booth and they are fascinated. They're somehow drawn over to the energy here. I think it's there's a lot of energy that comes off the table, and some people are just curious with it and want to know more about what I'm doing here. And this, I'll break this one out while I tell a lot of people, this is a Girasol quartz, which has aluminum in it, and it's a really sweet, soft energy. I wish that was a little, there we go, that's a little clearer, and it has a little citrine drop. And as the conversation progresses, when people are here at my table, I ask them where they're from, we start the connection, why they're interested in what they're seeing here, and then we just kind of explore what they're looking for in assistance with in their being, in their kind of their way of life that maybe they're needing help with. And for example, some people are looking for protection in their lives, or more clarity, or just a lot more harmony from the energies of today. And like this one right here, this is a true Vogel, which is a quartz crystal double terminated, and the double termination is important because it runs the energy in both directions on this. And this has some super massive coils, a couple of amethyst beads down here, and beautiful wrap with the gold fill wire and the sterling silver. So I usually get into that conversation with them, and because I know that my work is helpful. And I'll break these all out at one time. I wanted to make a little series of smaller pieces. I hear you guys, you're just like, oh my God, your pieces are so big, Ferris. You need to reel that down a little bit. And so I came up with these micro pendants here. Like, look how small that is. Look how cute this is. This is a little amber bead on this one. And I'll just go through these right now so you can see these. See if I can get that sharp. There we go. This is a Swarovski beetle, and my coil there, which is basically emanating that energy. If it was like a toroid, it would just be pushing the energy like a donut or magnet would. Donut magnet, how about that? So, okay, so we're gonna, and this is fun too. This is a little Swarovski dangle. Let me see if I can get this clear in the field here. Here's a bigger coil with that. I'm not sure if I can get that focused, but it's got this super sparkly, oh man, come on, where are you? Trying to get some focus on this bad boy here. Doesn't seem to be happening. Let's see. Anyway, it has a free-flowing little dangle here, and I just love that design. It was a super fun one that I did in the spring. And so we went through these, and this one, I have a couple of those Swarovski Scara beetles. Oh, please focus. There we go. Super shiny. And these I'm doing for around 88. I'll probably give you a little break as well on these right now as well. So I have, let's see, I'll come over the top. So I have a good little selection of those really small ones if you're interested in that. And here's another little small one. This one's special. It has a amethyst and an ametrine bead in it. Just a real simple design here. Not too big, which is fun. Yeah, I know you guys, I had to listen to you guys because people just, not everybody wants to wear a big piece, right? And I get it. And some of my pieces, I switched to the this titanium one that I'm wearing right now just because it's a little bit smaller. I was wearing that Vogel. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get this in to focus. This is, this one's a fun one because I've had this ruby and this peridot for a very long time, and I was like, man, I don't enjoy doing the small wraps. It's just way harder for me to do, and it just was time to make this one, and it came out really good. I love doing the combo on that. Let's see if I really trying to get that focus for you guys. And this I have, let's see if I can do this. Maybe that's the way to do it. Oh, it's kind of whited out there. Okay, so this one's fun. I have a black light here, right? And my friend Patrick was telling me how you can tell that it's a ruby is put a black light on it. Let's see here. And it will, these are both phosphorescent or bioluminescent, both of these stones for some reason. Well, that's the ruby. God, I wish I could get that in better focus. There we go. Does that show that a little bit better? So yeah, he's like, yeah, that's a ruby, and this is a peridot down here, and it has the gold fill and sterling silver wire. Just a gorgeous one. And this one's fun because I put a bail on both ends of it so you could actually wear that both ways. Super fun. Okay. Onwards and upwards, friends. Here is that Swarovski that I just posted a couple of days ago. And I just love this design on this one. Plus it's just like 2 zillion sparkles in that bad boy, right? It's like crazy talk. And sweet little design. Got the coils back here, and I got this trillium cut Swarovski when I bought. You know, I was really hot and heavy to make my little skull pendants. I'm grabbing that now. You know, I wanted to get some more of these skull pendant, or these little Swarovski skulls, and so when I was on the site with those guys, I saw the Scara beetles, and I got those, and then that trillium as well. So it was a good little purchase because I really had a lot of fun with these, and so I got about 4 of these crystal skulls when I made that purchase, right? And I was like, you know what? There was that. I was like, I'm going to wrap each one of these and kind of make them like those, kind of in the coil there, kind of in the donut. And then they're all sitting there looking at me one day, and they're like, "You can't do that. You cannot break up our family." And so I was like, "You're right. I have to make you guys together." So here's a little scarab. No, I mean, sorry. Swarovski crystal family hanging out in an amulet. I just love that one. Super fun. So, when we were on Swarovski, so I did do one of those small ones. We'll keep going here on the Swarovski theme. So I did do, this was kind of the black sheep of the family. He didn't want to be in the group setting. He kind of wanted to be on his own and be out and about. So he's a really nice size, he or she, however, I don't know, maybe a girl. Perhaps you can tell, I'm not really sure. But this one wanted to be by itself, and the other ones. So that's a fun one. And one more, since we're on the Swarovski theme. This one, I'm not even sure why I still have this pendant. This one is this heart in sterling silver and gold fill wire that's just epically shiny and sparkly. I really love that one. This one I think you could wear both ways as well if you wanted to. So if you really liked, I don't know, may not want to wear your heart upside down, probably not, but you could do that if you wanted to. So that one is available. Well, they all are, right? We're doing a show today. Let's see, what's next? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going through this is an interesting one. This seems to be a good spot to kind of get things in focus right here, right? This is an interesting piece because, and I have never posted this piece right here. It happened during our last Mercury retrograde, and it was a piece of glass. I had this glass rod, right? And the glass rod rolled off the table, and as it was going down to the ground, I was like, oh man, this is going to be bad. And it broke. There's something about glass. It has a conchoidal nature, which means it kind of breaks in these round, flat patterns sometimes instead of just shattering. And this little piece of glass came off that, and it was just perfect for an amulet. So I did a little intaglio carving on it. And let me see if I can get my black light on it. And then I put luminous paint in the carving, so the whole thing is like glowing in the dark when you wear it at night. How fun is that? I should do that post because I did a video and I was trying to show it off with the piece, and my hand slipped and I couldn't get it's a pretty funny video. My hand slipped and I did say some cuss words, but I think it'll be appropriate. You know, back in the day when all we had to worry about was Mercury retrograde. Okay, I'll just keep going through these. How's everybody doing? You having a fun time with me today? I know I am. It's good to get out of the house and connect with you guys a little bit. I'm going to get a little bit more water here while I talk to you guys, and I'm going to put this one down and see if I can just go right over it while I get my water and talk. Look how smart I am. Okay, so this one right here, grabbing my water. Okay. So be thinking in your mind what, like if you were interested in any of my pieces, like what would be your goal? Like that I always ask people, how is this going to help you? Which one of these will resonate with you and make your heart feel harmonized and best match your frequency? And so each one of these has different vibrations and different feelings. This is actually a petrified rock from the Middle East. I found this one at the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show at a side booth that didn't have too many people at. But I really liked how sculptural this petrified rock was. And I have no idea what the, I shouldn't say that, should I? I tried to look up. I have no meaning for this one. You have a resonance, or you don't with it. So, okay. Let's move to something a little more fancy and shiny, shall we? Okay, this is an amazing 71.9 cut faceted Brazilian amethyst with a super deep gallery. The gallery is how deep that crystal is, right? And this is one of the pieces I was making for the Sedona Yoga Festival, and it just is here with me. I'm waiting to find its compadre. So this one, we've got the gold fill wire and the sterling silver on this one, a little more upscale. I got a bunch of those amethysts from my buddy Chris, who also brought me these rutiles. He goes down to Brazil every year. Like, he goes to the mines. He's been going for years. He's got a whole business with minerals, and he has facetors over there. That's how I got those stones. He has his own facetors over there, so he picks the material and has them work on it. This is a golden rutile that came from Chris in Brazil, and I love that the rutile in quartz a lot of the time is titanium oxide, if you didn't know that. And I love rutiles because I feel like they just add so much more zippy vibration and juiciness to the quartz crystal. And yes, it's a big cab, but it's just epic. It's like so pretty. Let's see if we can get this up to the light. And this one will add a lot of stable vitality to your field. This one I'm pulling out right now. I haven't shown this one in a while. This is a couple of spinel crystals, and I've been working on bringing down my size on my amulets, but this one just needed to be kind of this teardrop or hourglass shape to this one. The top it's a white spinel on the top, and it is 25 carats, and then there's a blue spinel on the bottom that oh look, there's a cloud and a truck. 17 karat blue spinel down there, and that's just a dancer there. I love this one. Okay, what's next? Next we have a faceted citrine, and this was a fun design for me because it was a little more away from my normal style of kind of, I know I don't have too much of a compact style. I use a lot of negative space in my work and a lot of just a lot of openness. This one has just even more of that, and somewhat of a dancing. Oh man, my shield fell down again. Okay, we got a good breast of wind. I'll have to get that back up here in a second, but we'll just keep going here. So this one was, it was just really fanciful how I did this design, and it is this really fun citrine drop. And if you don't know about citrine's special because it never needs clearing, and so you could program it in the way that you need to, and it doesn't need clearing from harmful energies that come at you. And it's a little bit bigger, but I don't have a problem with that. I'm always inviting people to step into a larger version of themselves. And, you know, a lot of people, I'm not pointing any fingers here. And there's a lot of people that really wear a lot of small jewelry, and that's okay. But I know some people just have, they're coming to a place where they're stepping into a larger version of themselves, right? And that means being seen more. And that goes for me too right now. You know, I'm learning, I'm having to learn how to put myself out in different ways now. And really, I'm reading some books on public speaking right now. I'm not sure where that's going to head for me. I'm really thinking about doing some teaching of some sort and shifting, and just learning about how to engage more. And I tell you, I get nervous before my shows and talking to you guys on Facebook and whatnot. So I'm always I'm leaning into that a little bit more, and so I'm relating that story to the smaller jewelry. So I don't mind the bigger jewelry. I'm still working into sharing myself in a more engaged way with the public and you guys and whatnot. And I super miss being at shows and meeting new people and meeting new friends. So, okay, back to the show, right? Okay. I hope I was in the screen there. I have no idea. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at here is, now I'm going to hold this in my hand here. This one here is an older model for me. I've had this one for a while. So it's interesting how my pieces, sometimes I'll make one and then I'll post it and it's gone in 15 minutes, right? And sometimes I'll make one and it's there until I go to a show and the owner shows up. So I never know how that's going to work. And the owner has not showed up for this one yet, but it's a super special, super unique design that I did. It's got these weaves here. It's like my weaves that I do on the side, but there's three of them. There's like a three prong weave here, right? And then it's got the coils, which are the energy amplifiers that go up into those tubes. And it's got this double terminated, I'm going to switch hands here, hang on. And it's got this double terminated crystal at the top and a Tahitian Baroque pearl. It's really a fun design. What's interesting about this piece is when I made this piece, this crystal was water clear. It did not have this little rainbow effect right here. And I find it interesting that this little spot where this rainbow came in is exactly at the top of where these coils stop. So it's really moving some energy in there. So that one, I just love this one. It was kind of an experimental one to just do things a little differently, and just love that one. Okay, what's next? This is another crystal, super special crystal from Brazil that I got from Chris, and it is a cathedral quartz. And cathedral quartz have a really unique growth pattern on just throughout the crystal. It has a unique kind of cascading tips and points on it at different locations. And this one was a fun one because I had incorporated the sterling silver low dome wire in it when I was using that, and just love this design. It's a bigger crystal for sure. I think it'd be for a rockin' woman, or I think it could be for a man or a woman. This one is just got a lot of punch to it and a lot of beauty. And I'm going to show, these are probably too big for amulets, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. I made them this glass piece here, hold on, let's see if I can get that in focus. Maybe even a little more light. There we go. This glass piece is an abstract boro piece that I did, and I had the piece and I was like, man, that's just way too fragile to make into an amulet. I'm not going to do that. And what happened was I found this angel aura sphere, and it sat so perfectly in this little divot that I had made for that. I glued that in there, epoxied it in there with this UV glue, and I entered it into the Milan Contemporary Jewelry Artist Art Jewels competition that it was in Milan. So I don't know. It's a piece of art. I don't know if people can wear that one or not. Another one that I did for the Artist Art Jewels is also a piece of glass. I really wanted to show off my glass this year at the competition. Let's see if I can get that in focus. There we go. And this is borosilicate glass that has been, it has the aqua aura treatment on it. So it has that gold fuming. This is a Baroque pearl. This I got from Milan, and a lot of sterling silver on this one. Just gorgeous. I have so much fun with my glass. I know you guys like the crystals a lot more than my glass work, but I'm still passionate about that. I can't stop doing that. So, okay, next up is this super fun. It's super big. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's huge. But I love this piece of petrified wood. Why? Can you see the little fairy in there? Can you see him up top with his eyes? He's right there. His head is right there. Can you see him kind of just poking out, kind of doing a little dance? I had seen one this way, but then somebody had pointed this out to a show, and I was like, holy cats, there's a little dude in there. Anyway, this is a piece of petrified wood, and I know it's a big piece. I get it. But if you love it, I will offer you an amazing price on that today. All right, so we're okay now. I think we're about done with. I have one more to show you in here. I'm going to show you everything, right? This is, I had someone reach out to me that carved wood a while back and said, hey, I would love to see my wood carvings in your work. And so this is that collaboration, and I really love wood. Wood is, I don't know, I have a thing for trees, and I like carving wood, and wood is just as magical to me as crystals in my glass. So now I have, let's come around here. When I'm set up at my booth, there's usually a cash box that sits between my cases here, right? And that cash box comes up a little bit higher than that. I didn't feel like bringing that out because I don't have kind of a long enough space here. I did bring my lingam out though. Super big one from Northern California that I got. But yeah, so I didn't bring the cash box out, but what I usually have on top of there is my glass wands and whatnot. So I thought, I only have 2 of these very special glass wands left, and these are the boro rods that I use when I'm in the melting point, when you melt things into the torch and whatnot. And so I had that great idea that, you know what, I could make a glass wand with those rods, and then just do a little swirl up here. I did some, see if we can get this in the light here. So I did a carving intaglio on the handle here, and then it's also been angel aura coated. So those of you witches out there that are needing a new glass or magic wand, you let me know. I'm letting these go for $222 today, and amazing price. I only have 2 of those left, and that was that one. And then I also had fun with this one. This one has kind of a different top on it with some colored glass that kind of swirls around, very organic, very just whimsical. I let things happen when I'm in the glass shop. I don't try to control things, and the glass kind of does what it wants to. And this one I also carved on the handle, and then also put some of that luminous paint in there. So the whole thing, oh, that's good. Now you can really see how that turns. That's cool. So there, like I said, glass is magical because it has these optical qualities to it that when you really take your time to look a little deeper into them, there's just a lot that happens in the glass. So this is, yeah, I thought I'd give you that shine of that. That's a good one. And I went through a little phase with making some larger wands. No, this is not a pendant. It's way too big. I've tried it. It's too big. This is a larger size. Wands or meditation tools was kind of my thought process with my larger work here, because I do enjoy doing big pieces, and I feel like that's an evolutionary step for me to get into some larger work at some point after the world opens back up. Okay, back to this one. This crystal I've had for a very long time, and it is from, I know exactly where which mine this crystal came from, because I bought it in Humboldt County when I was living up there. And it is, the shop owner knew that these crystals, she bought these from the Sweet Surrender Mine in Arkansas. That's the name of the mine. How about that? That's awesome. And it has what I tried to do down here is I have this coil here, right? And you can either have it in your hand, connect it to your palm chakra, and then set your intention. Crystals magnify our thoughts and direct our thoughts in ways that are more coherent than I think what we can come up with ourselves. We kind of get distracted easily, or we're holding focus. The crystals are our allies in that respect, that they hold our prayers and intentions. Program a crystal by holding it in your hand and really setting the intention. Any crystal you can do that with and clear the energies out. I'll do a whole show on dealing with programming your crystal and clearing your crystal. But this one is a rocker, and it can also be used as a meditation tool. I have a crystal sphere that I sit with every morning. I probably had that sphere for about 2 or 3 years now, and every morning I sit with it in my hand. And this would be an amazing one to sit with every morning and vibe up. I think, yeah, it's just too big for it's too big for an amulet. So that was that wand, and then I made another wand, which is a super fine crystal as well. This crystal I got here. Let me see if I can get a little flash on this, so it's a little bit better somehow. I know it's not the clearest. Let's see here. I'll start talking about this one. So this crystal, it's the thought process in my mind there. Okay, so this crystal I got from a friend of mine, Clay Collins, who is an amazing man. He's a lapidary genius and makes his own freeform faceted stones. And he also sets up in town here at the small art shows and sells and vends his crystals. So I got this from Clay a while back, and it's actually a Peruvian crystal. It's like a laser crystal, laser wand, you know. And then I had, when I did my glass pieces with the Aqua Aura, I had that done to this one, and it has the same little coil on the back here that kind of connects in with your your palm chakra there, and then it's got this little trigger spot right here that when you hold it, you're really directing a lot of good energy. So I don't see too many Peruvian crystals these days, so that's super special, super fun, right? Okay, I need some water. And then we'll go through this side, and we'll be doing good, guys. Okay, just a little water. How's everybody doing? You need a bathroom break or anything? See, my sign fell down. I'll have to grab that back up, but that's okay. We had this super gust of wind. I wasn't expecting that, but that's okay. Hey, Rosie. Good to see you, love. It's been a long time. Thank you so much, everybody that has joined me today. We're just having a ton of fun. I'm just doing a vending show like I would out in the world that aren't really happening right now, and I was super missing it, and I thought, well, shoot, I'd just come out here to the park and set up and show my wares and my art and tell you a little bit more about myself and what's happening in the jewelry and whatnot. So, okay, I'm going to have a little water. We kind of peruse the case. Okay. Woo! Have fun. Okay, so I'm going to bring my neck stands around here, like so. Okay. So I usually have, I have my neck stand set up on the top there, as you see, and I don't make a ton of necklaces, but I do enjoy them, and I just, if I make a necklace, it's going to be over the top. This right here is a 79.9 faceted Brazilian amethyst. Yeah, this one came from Chris from Brazil. And then a Baroque pearl here, and Baroque pearls and microfaceted amethyst beads. So this one I actually made for the Artist Star Jewels competition as well, and just got that back here earlier this fall. And gorgeous design. Amethyst just is such a purifying, heart-opening stone and protective, and so much I love about amethyst. So much. There's another one. This one is about the same size in carats, and this one is super duper special because it was involved with the American Music Awards that I went to this year. And I had actually, there were stars that I wanted to make pieces for. There was Taylor Swift was one of them, and I actually knew she was going to be there and wanted to make this especially for her and gift it to her, and she never came through the press box in the gifting suite, so it never got to her. A lot of love in this one. It's let's see, we've got some citrine faceted beads up here, microfaceted citrine up here, and then some smaller microfaceted amethyst beads. So that's a rocker superstar there. And love the amethyst, like I was saying. This one is another one from my first Artistar Jewels competition, and you can see that it is just out of control. There's a lot going on here. I made this little bead here, and then it has these microfaceted citrine beads, which are super pretty, that it could just kind of bunch up on each other and give this really beautiful look on the neck. These are really special. And the funny story with this one is that when I got involved with the Artistar Jewels competition 2 years ago, I was like, man, I'm gonna make some super big stuff, something bigger than I've ever made before, right? And this actually, if you can see, was actually this was actually one pendant before I added these wings on here. Let me stop moving so fast. I know that was crazy, sorry. But it was actually one of my largest pendants, and now it needs to be worn on some red carpet or in a movie or something. I've heard that a lot about my work. It really should be in the movies, and elf movies for sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop these over here. Well, I got a little bit more room to show you these. Okay. I see I could have turned those around. It would have been a little easier for us, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. You ready? More jewelry. Okay, here is... Remember I told you I was just loving my glass, and this is, like I said, I really just enjoy doing that abstract work, and this one has the Aqua Aura coating on it as well. Super special, super pretty, and then in the light it just goes crazy, you know? Yeah, there's something to glass that's just so magical to me. I feel like it's its own being. I feel like when I'm in there doing glass, that it kind of grows towards the light. It wants to get into that heat and just keep moving and flowing. And here's another glass one, and I've posted this one before, but really the magic in my glass pieces is going real slow. There's so much to see in there. So each one looks different. Like sculpture looks different from every angle, right? Like that's the whole thing with sculpture, and glass is no different. Let's see here. I have, we're still on glass, right? Okay. Here's a glass pendant that I did not wrap. It just didn't need any wire, you know. It has this dichro glass in there, and I put some colors in there, but it has its own bail here. And I have a lot of these. I just find that people, I haven't found my glass crowd, I guess, yet. And that's okay, because I found my crystal people, right? Okay, so this one, I have no idea why I have this little rose quartz still. This is just the sweetest little thing. Rose quartz, as you know, is a heart-opening stone, super peaceful, and it has a little bit heart rainbow in there. And I didn't use, I used my quality blended wire. I didn't use the plated or the sterling silver or the gold fill on this. So this one actually is a super reasonable price, and if you're needing a little heart opening or some stability in your heart area, this would be a great choice for you. Super clean, super comfortable on the back. There's no wires that rub on you, and that one's available. Well, they all are, right? Doing a show. Okay, ready? Here's the next one. This one is a Baroque pearl, pink pearl, that I got in Tucson this year. I got 2 of them, and this is one of them. It's really got a lot going on in the composition there. A lot of gold fill wire, sterling silver, and nice comfortable back here. Like I said, I just have this thing for pearls. I just love them. I have no idea why. Maybe I'm a merman and I remember those days in the ocean, right? Okay. Next, we have another Brazilian. Trying to get this focused. There we go. This is another Brazilian faceted rutile. But what's special about this one is the rutiles are not golden. They're not the titanium oxide. They are, hopefully I can get this in there, they're made of, they're silver rutiles, these little silver needles. I'm trying to get this so you guys can see it. There we go. But those little rutiles in there are silver. So, and this is, it's a good sized stone, but the composition is really tight on it, so it's not that big at all. Fun little sculpture. All of them are little sculptures, eh? Okay, a little bit more water. Whee! Where's my water? Keep going here. Super beautiful day here in Sedona, and super grateful that you guys taking a little time to visit with me today. It was, I was missing doing, I did that post a couple of days ago, and really missing you guys, and so I thought I'd take some time and set up in the park. So let's keep going, shall we? Bum, 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 bum. This one was sold to me as a titanium hematite. But when I picked it up, I said, wait a minute, that is way too light to be hematite. And it just, I'm guessing it is a quartz sphere. It was on the quartz shelf with the other titanium ones. And this is, the fun thing about the ones that I wrap as spheres, check this out, is that you can move kind of the rainbow around. So you can kind of dial up your own face on here, whichever one you really are attracted to. I like this one right here, so I'll just probably leave it right there. Titanium quartz. Quartz, of course, can be programmed for whatever intention that you need in there, and the titanium just adds a level of vitality that makes my hand shake. So this is actually a super sweet exchange for this one as well. It's I'm using the my quality blended wire on this one, and beautiful back, super comfortable. And you know what I wish I had done is study the home shopping network a little bit more. I really love the way those ladies talk sell things. You know, they're really amazing at that. I did not do that today. Okay, are you ready for, here comes Buddha. Let's see if we can get him in here. Come on now, Buddha. Come on. Where are you? Let's see if I can get Buddha looking good here. Okay, there we go. So this is a super fun one that I brought back from Tucson this year, and it was this polished cab, and all it had really was the Buddha floating in there. There was nothing else around there, right? And so as I have a micro drill and some diamond burrs, I decided to put put these clouds in here, down here, right? And then kind of, I don't want to say explode his head, but I expanded his consciousness. How about that? How about that? And I'm going to try to get what I did with this one that was like super fun. Was I carved it, right? And then it's just kind of clear through there. And I was like, shoot, I'm going to drop that luminous paint on this pendant. So I did that. And so I'm trying to get this so we can see it. There we go. See, it definitely glows in the dark. Maybe not. Here is not the best show of that. Let me see if I can get my hand over it now or something. You can kind of see it glowing a little bit there, but yeah, at nighttime this thing will go pretty much all night. And yeah, one of my funner ones that I've done, I just love doing intaglio, and super sweet exchange for this one if you love an exploding head. Buddha. Enlightened. He's enlightened, right? He's not exploding. So that was a super fun one, and really enjoy that one. Next, I showed you this, you guys, this one earlier, but I didn't get all the way into it. So yeah, I just love my little crystal family here. I did explain this one actually, where I bought the Swarovski crystals, and they were all sitting on my bench one day, and I was going to wrap them separately, and then they're like, no, we want to stay together. You have to keep us together. So that's what happened with this one. So super fun design. Love that one. Next up, friends, we have Aqua Aura Vogel. 24-sided. Super zippin', super perfect, water clear, amazing. These Aqua Aura Vogels are super rare. There's only a few of them in the world, and if you know Alexander Mazone, you know that he in his alchemy, he has the connection to get the aura coatings on crystals. That's how I got my glass done. That's how I got my Peruvian wand done. So anyway, he and I have this deal where I'll wrap a couple for him, and he'll give me a couple of these. He'll have the work done. And so that is why these are so rare and special. They come from the wizard alchemy of Alexander Mazone, and just the Vogel shape. I don't know if you know too much about Marcel Vogel, but I can get a little bit into that right now, seeing as we have some time. Marcel Vogel was a scientist for IBM back in the 60s, and he became super fascinated with crystals and how they transfer energy, how they can be used in healing and whatnot. And he started experimenting and started getting these downloads about the shape that needs to be. See how there's kind of a fatter tip at this end here, and then it's a little tighter back there, right? So this is more the firing end, and this is more the receiving end of this crystal. So I was reading his website, and basically it's based on the Tree of Life shape. See, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it kind of has this shape with double terminations on either side. So, and he had all this equipment for testing them, and found that that shape in particular was in resonance with water. So that means that if we're water, this is really in resonance with our field. And being that it's programmable and super high vibe already, it makes for an amazing vibrational tool, and it looks good too. Not too big, good size, super powerful. Love those. Only have one of those. Okay, next up. Dun dun dun. I've had this one for a while. I bought this piece of glass, Boro glass, from a vendor at Alien Con last year, a super talented glass artist. And I actually put more time than I usually do, and just because I loved this crystal so much, or this glass so much, I just put a lot of, like, it took me 4 or 5 days to make that perfect like that, and then put the amber bead. It has the low dome sterling silver wire on it, and I wore it for the longest time. This was a personal piece of mine just because I loved it so much, and it's actually been tested. I had somebody come by with a photon scanner, resonance scanner, and kind of what that machine can do is really read what's happening in your body and all the systems and whatnot. And when I wore this piece, we did a before and after, it just like increased my energy significantly. Just realigned a lot of my organs and things that were just having a little problem. So that one's super special to me. But it's time I'm wearing something else right now, and I've kind of gotten the energy and the codes out of that. So this one is another Brazilian rutile, and it's a cat's eye. Let's see if I can get that in there. It's a cat's eye. It's kind of like a flat cab here, and then it has a amethyst bead down at the bottom, but it's chatoyant. You can see the chatoyancy there, right? How that flashes across the top, and it pretty much is an eye. And this one can be worn in both directions as well. I think I like this way the best. And super pretty gold filled sterling silver wire there. Oh, we're getting there, guys. Hope you're having fun with me today. I'm having a great time visiting with you. I wish I could be answering your questions that you might be having that I'm not seeing in the comments right now, but all good. Okay, ready? Let's keep going. Let's see if we can make that out before I say anything. Can you see what do you see up there? Let's see if we can get this. It is actually Ganesha. If you were having a little bit of hard time with that, let's see if I can pull out here. Oh, we lost our son. This is a crystal Ganesha. That's probably the best view of that, right? You can kind of see the elephant trunk there and the eyes at the top. And then I dropped some amethyst, microfaceted amethyst beads at the bottom. He's got a little cone on his head. I love that. This is the way I do my bales. I've always had a standardized bale where the 418 gauge come down and enrobe the crystal and then flip around and become the bale. So that's a fun one. A little bit big. It's okay. I'm going to do one more pearl and then break out my favorite piece. Dun dun dun. Here is a Tahitian Baroque pearl that I got. Let me see here. I'm trying to get this focused. This one doesn't seem to want to focus. Sometimes energy will not cooperate and I won't be able to get a good shot of it. Let's see here. Let me flip hands here. Okay, there we go. Tahitian Baroque pearl, set in sterling silver, gold fill wire. Super pretty. Like, yeah, I have a thing for pearls, I must admit. All right, you ready for one of my favorite pieces that I've ever done? So, this... Oh man, I have to get that clear. Hang on. There we go. This is a 34.9. Oh, Let's see if I can get that clear. Hang on. 34.9 blue topaz. And it has, oh man, this artist that carved and faceted this stone is named Dylan Hargrave, and he's one of my favorite artists on Instagram. And I've been drooling over his work for so long now. I was like, I so have to get one of his pieces and wrap it. And this one became available. Like, his stuff sells pretty much instantly every time he posts something. So this one actually was sold, and then I had reached out to Dylan and said, hey man, I love your work. If you have anything that comes available, let me know, you know. Oh man, I'm trying to get, there we go. And then his wife wrote me back and said, hey, we have this, it's called Snowflake, which you can see the sacred G in the back there, right? And it's available if you want to grab it, and we'll give you a good price on it. I was like, oh my god, still super expensive. Oh my god, but still a great price for this level of craftsmanship. And see, there you go. You can see the snowflake in the back there, eh? Crazy. And this one here is just in a great size for one thing, and it's just, I made this with so much love because I just have so much respect for that man and the art that he's bringing to the world. There we go. I was trying to get that clear. Yeah, super special one, huh? Love that one. Okay, so we're not through all the rutiles yet, and that's okay, right? We love show and tell because that's what made us tick as kids and other things. Okay, so here, hold on, I'm trying to get that, I have to get that light right? If you were here in person, it would just be like, oh yeah, I got it. This one, oh man, hang on, I gotta get my phone situated in my hand. There we go. This is just a sweet little polished rutilated quartz, and this is the golden rutile in this one. Here we go. I'm gonna get this. God, come on now. Anyway, trying to get, some of them just don't want to get clear, do they? Shoot, sorry. I'm trying to give you a good shot of this one. It doesn't want to seem to get clear. There we go. And move it a little bit into the light. It's just a very sweet, petite golden rutile, and this has the titanium oxide needles in it for added vitality and zip. Oh man, okay, I'm putting that one down. That one was not easy to show. Okay. Where? Okay, this is... Oh, please don't do that. I was on a roll with the clarity there. Come on now. This has... this is a rutile as well. And it has a lot of... Oh, man. Not helpful, phone. I remember this one. This one was a hard one to shoot. It seemed to just not want to cooperate. I'm trying to get a little bit more focus, you know what I mean? It's a crosshatch rutilated quartz, and it's kind of a square cushion faceted. And I like this one because it's a little bit offset, and the design kind of sweeps to the right here. And yeah, I got all these. There we go. Oh man, I just had it, right? Come on. I got these. This was a bulk buy from my friend Chris that goes to Brazil. That one doesn't seem to want to get too clear either. That's okay. Okay, let's just keep moving. Bum, bum, bum. We're almost there, guys. You guys are doing great hanging in there. I'll make you some French toast after this, but you have to come over to my house, okay? All right, this is a titanium quartz. Oh man, please, please. You just got to flow with things when you're live, right? I was having some great clarity on my... There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is actually a double terminated titanium. You can see it's just one crystal on the back, right? And then it has this amazing growth pattern on the front where it almost looks like it grew on top of other crystals. See those little points in there? And then popped off or something and self-healed itself. Titanium quartz, what can I say? I love it. It is full of vitality, and really that titanium that's on there really adds to the punch of the energy of the crystal, adding a lot of vitality. So very programmable, very protective, if that's what you want to put in this one, and super showy. I really enjoyed wrapping this crystal. It just has so many dynamics to it, you know. Bum bum bum. Okay, here, let's see, here is a delicate flower. This one is a spirit amethyst quartz. And the reason I love spirit amethyst quartz, maybe it's not the flashiest crystal or the whatever, the showstopper, but it is really got the sweetest energy to it. I love wrapping spirit quartz. These little sparkles that you're seeing are actually little crystals growing off the main termination there, and this one just has an incredibly gentle and sweet feeling to her. Love those crystals. Okay, now okay, on my way back from, where was it, one of my shows last year, I stopped at Quartzsite, which used to be like a mecca for a crystal show that happened right before the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. And I've never seen, this is a chrysocolla stone. I found this while I stopped in Quartzsite, a little place off the side of the road, and it is from the Ray mine. And I've never seen this color chrysocolla before. It has got a little druzy down here, and super special. It's more in the raw form, but what amazed me was the depth of color that this one has. And chrysocolla is all about connecting with the elemental realms. It's very healing in nature. It's got the green and the blue in there. And yeah, I had fun with this one. I just, there's a lot of different stones out there and a lot of different frequencies, and I have my heart space for a lot of them. I think my top ones are the amethyst and the rutilated quartz, and I also just really enjoy these